Hi everyone, my name is Tammy Simmons and I am the owner of Worthy Worth It Priceless, and this year is actually 10 years since I created Worthy Worth It Priceless. And since I'm going through or doing like a little rebranding with Worthy Worth It Priceless, I decided to come to you guys and just basically give you a little bit more understanding of Worthy Worth It and Priceless, where we're going, and actually even more about myself. So Worthy Worth It and Priceless was actually not the first company, is the second company, because it's an extension kind of thing. Long story short, the name that I had previously was trademarked by someone else. And so I actually had Worthy Worth It Priceless because it was going to be the name of a clothing line that I was going to come up with. But either way, the idea is still the same. The purpose of Worthy Worth It and Priceless, the reason why I created it was because I didn't want people to go through the same thing that I went through. I haven't always had the highest self-esteem, self-worth, or anything. And because of that, I just didn't want other people going through the same thing. And so I would give people encouragement. It started by a blog beforehand, like I said, with the other company. And then by 2014, around this time, I actually started my YouTube channel. And it was a fear of mine because actually in 2011, my teacher told me, my speech teacher, God rest his soul, Mr. Taylor, I had a presentation for my old company, and he was like, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be an inspirational speaker. You're supposed to be an inspirational speaker. And I basically ran away from it for like about 3 years. And like I said, I ended up starting it up in 2014 and haven't kind of looked back since. But there has been challenges throughout the way because like I said, my self-esteem hasn't always been the highest. And even sometimes, like when I'm going through something, like I'm not giving you guys encouragement through something I haven't been through. The encouragements that I haven't given you guys is basically things I've been going through. Like I said, like the depressions and all those things. And it's hard if you've ever been depressed or upset or whatever. You're like, okay, I'm depressed, I'm going to put my feelings aside and I'm going to help other people get through that. And even like recently, like I've talked about it before, a few years ago, like going through like a breakup and then being a single mother and then finding out my daughter had autism and trying to heal through all of that. And the reason why it was necessary for me to do a rebrand for Worthy Worth It and Priceless now is because by the grace of God, I'm on a healing journey. So I'm not at the same space that I was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, like it was 2 years shy of, or 2 years after my grandmother had passed, and she was a great cheerleader for me and everything, and then just trying to figure out life and all that stuff. And it was a lot. And like I said, really not having somewhat of a direction or anything. But by the grace of God, now being in this healed space, I want to take you guys with me. And now I'm discovering my voice even more. So I want to help you guys discover your voice. And now you'll be able to see a little bit more of my personality, because for the most part, I will be 1,000,000% honest and transparent. I was guarded. Like, so basically I would come on here, I would give you guys encouragement, and the next thing you know, but after like the cameras went off, I'm depressed. You know what I mean? And so basically, and I really was guarded in my feelings and everything. I really just gave you guys the encouragement, but not really giving you guys a piece of me. And so at the end of the day, it's like, okay, now we have to change those things, because I want to be more relatable to you guys, because so you can see, you know what I mean, there is a transformation. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. You don't have to go through all of those things and just like, instead of me just saying it to you, I can show you, because God has blessed me to actually go through some things, and now I can actually give you guys that same encouragement and give you the steps on how to do those things. And that was another thing too. I wanted to expand a little bit more by actually letting you guys know how to do these things, because a lot of times, especially like on TikTok or whatever, I would get like questions like, how did you do this? How did that happen? And sometimes I'm just, giving you the encouragement, like, God will make a way and all this. And it's like, how do you know? And it's like, oh, because he did it for me. And then, well, what steps did you take? And so that's the thing. So for that, that's why I want to expand a little bit more and actually show you more, and not just be in front of your face and just say, God will make a way, but actually show you that, God can make a way. This is what he did for me. These are the steps that I've taken. So with that being said, happy 10 years. Thank you guys for supporting me thus far. And I pray that you will continue this journey with me as we're growing and expanding and whatever else God has planned. So thank you for your support thus far, and I pray God's blessings over you in your life and whatever endeavors that you have going on, that you start actually believing in yourself if you don't thus far. Wherever you are right now is not where you're going to always end up. And I can say that from experience, because the person that I was 10 years ago is not the person that I am today. And it is because of God. It's about growth. It is taking the steps and actually hearing and listening to God, listening to his voice and listening for his voice. Because a lot of times when I'm doing things, God will say, no, don't go this way. And instead of in my disobedient phase, sometimes I would still kind of go that route. But even though I've went that route, sometimes God never took his hand off of me. He never took his hand off of me. And it was just a detour, but he still got me on the right path, which is like today. Like I said, my teacher told me to become an inspirational teacher, a speaker. And I was like, no. And I was like, no, I'm so shy, all these things. I made so many excuses, just like the same thing that happened with Moses in the Bible. I made so many excuses as to why I couldn't do it. And eventually, whatever detour I've taken, God allowed me to end up right where I belong. So that is the encouragement that I want to give to you. You are not too far gone. God is going to make a way for you one way or another. And even if you feel as though that you went the wrong path, God will line you right back up where you need to be. So it's never too late. You're never too far from God. He's going to make a way from you, make a way for you, no matter what. So please stay encouragement. And until next time, love you guys.